Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday I gave away two free picks. One of them did not hit, the other one did. It's funny to me how one of the plays that did not hit was the no run first inning. And since you're able to see that right away that it was a loss, right away the haters started coming into the comments. Even though we've been giving away a lot of free picks for weeks and months, the one game or whatever, the one day, all the haters are back. So welcome back, you fucking haters. I don't give a shit if you don't want to place your bets, then don't place your bets. But if you don't want the free picks, then you don't have to listen to me. So just it is what it is. We're gonna move on. I got two strong plays for today, and let's get right to it. So there's two plays. Like I said, there's five pitchers I want to talk about very quickly, but then I'll give you the two plays in baseball. So let's get right into it. All right, guys. Sorry about the little emotional stuff there. They're just people that are just stupid, man. They wanna talk shit, but they don't do shit themselves. So it's ridiculous to me. So, anyways, here we go. This is the Sharp Edge tool. If you want access to this, it's 7 days for free. The link's in the description. I'm also doing a 5-day pass. If you want to check out all the picks, I'm going to show you a screenshot of what that looks like. There's about 8 plays in there, but I'm going to give you guys 2 free plays in this video. So in this live, if you have any questions, put it in the comments and I'll be able to see it and answer them. So right here, first thing I like to look at is the sharp plays. And I go into the sharp plays for today. A lot of the stuff that kept coming up was Baltimore and also Atlanta. But you can see there the data just doesn't show me that I should go with them. So I'm going to skip both of those. But they did keep coming up to look at them. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. There's this line move tool over here, and you can see there's a lot of different things that you want to look at here. The big ones is the line started at a +1.5, or I should say the spread, the run line started at a +1.5 and is shifted over to a -1.5. So you can see it's a 3-point line move for the Marlins, for the Royals, for the Athletics, for the Pirates, for the Dodgers, okay? And then the under on the White Sox. So this is actually the second time I've seen it today, where the under is showing up for the White Sox game. That I'm not going to look at because I have so many other plays, but whenever I have too many plays, it's a risk to throw out more plays because obviously my bankroll, you have to have a bankroll, and your bankroll is, like I said, is already about 10 plays out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah. So I have about 10 plays out there, and that's pretty much my limit. Once I get to that limit, I kind of stop looking because if I have one bad day, it could take about 10% or 15% of my bankroll. So that's the way you want to play that. So, anyways, let's get right into it. Projections for today is Tampa to win, Boston to win, Marlins, Yankees, Reds, Atlanta, Brewers, Astros, Angels, and those are just the projections. But once we start getting, there's something else called here the Sharp Line Monitor, and what this does is actually goes out the night before and it starts searching the line movement, and then it kind of gives you an update. So, like for example, the Rays was looking amazing. It went from a 139, it went all the way down to 145, but then you can see it's creeping back up, and it's actually past where it started. So it's actually going in the reverse. And this at this point is actually going reversed. So this is very important. I don't know if the pitcher changed. I don't know if somebody got injured. I really don't know. But if I was looking at the Rays to play today, then I would be very careful because, like I said, the line is shifting in the opposite direction now. Same thing with, let's see. So this one is going in Boston's favor. And like I said, there's other data that's pointing to Boston today. The Yankees is very strong. You can see that's just a steady decline like that. And when it's going down like that, that means it's getting more. It started as a favorite and it's getting more favorite. So this is very strong for the Yankees, and that's one of the plays that I'm gonna actually walk through. The other one is going to be the Brewers. So I'm sorry, I did say the Braves. You can see it's kind of stuck right there at a 123. Then we got the Brewers. You can see it started at a 182. It's all the way to -200. So this line is steadily going in their favor. What's up, man? So I did have a bunch of haters this morning, or actually in yesterday's video, even though it was a 1-in-1 day for the free picks and it was a 4-day winning streak. We had some haters in there, but that's part of the business. So anyway, let's get into the Yankees. This one I really like today. Everybody that I follow, everybody I talk to, here we go with the haters. Boys living in mama's house. I got a $500,000 house, bro, and it's my house. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So here we go. Yankees 4.5 ranked, or I'm sorry, they're supposed to go 4.5 to 3.5. The line did start at 183. It's currently 205. The bets are in the Yankees' favor. The money's in the Yankees' favor. Let's see what we got. The win probability is 69%. The Yankees in the last 16 games at home are 75%. And then this is where it starts really getting good. You got Cam Schlittler. This one, it does throw it off a little bit just on the based on the numbers. You can see the 4 wins versus the 3 wins over here. But the ERA is where it's amazing. Look at 1.4 versus 3.42. So also the whip is better. The strikeouts, this guy's a little bit better at the strikeouts. But then you got the bullpen. Bullpen is better. So the starting pitcher is much better. It's one of the better pitchers on the entire slate. Plus, you got the bullpen is better also. And then we got the batting is also better for the Yankees. In the last 7 days, they got the OPS, which is also better. And pretty much everything else is better. A-plus team over here, 69% chance. And then right here, this is important. It says the home team to bat in the ninth. What that means is that if they're batting in the ninth, they're projected to bat in the ninth. Then if it says yes, that means they should be losing the game. But if it says no, then they should be winning the game. I hope that makes sense. But anyways, it says yes, plus 135. So it's saying that the Yankees should be ahead because they would not be giving you positive money if they thought they would be losing the in the ninth inning. Anyways, we get a little bit deeper in here. New York dominant if Schindler is playing, which he is, and the line move suggests that he is. So the first play I want to give you guys is you want to take the Yankees on the money line if you don't mind paying the minus 200 juice, or if you could find a book that's giving you the -1, I would take the -1. But the way I'm taking it is I'm taking the higher risk. I'm doing the -1.5. You're asking me about parlays right here. What you could do is parlay the 2 teams I'm about to give you. So the first one is the Yankees. So if you don't want to pay the juice on that, then you can parlay them together with this next team, which is I'm going to talk about 3 more pitchers after this. Actually, I'll talk about the pitchers now. So we got Schlittler from the Yankees, what I just talked about. We got Harrison from Milwaukee, which I'm going to talk about right now. Then we got Martin from the White Sox, which is also very good. And then Elder from the Braves. And then Early from Boston. So those are the 5 pitchers that have an advantage over the other pitcher. So again, it's going to be Harrison from Milwaukee, Schlittler from Yankees, Martin from the White Sox, Elder from the Braves, and Early from the Boston. Damn, what's up with these haters, bro? Are you serious, man? Crazy, dude. Let me put this dude on timeout. Just hating. All right. So we got the Brewers. 169. It went all the way to 191. 92% of the bets, 95% of the money. Milwaukee's a win probability 67%. And Milwaukee overall, and the money line is 87%. And then like I said, Kyle Harrison, 5. Every time he started, he's 1. He's got less than a 1 ERA. So the lower, the better on pitching. We got the bullpen is better. The batting is actually better for the Giants. They've been hitting hard right now for the Giants. So the Giants are actually one of the best batters in baseball right now, but they're facing this dude over here, Kyle Harrison, today at an A+ grade. Okay, so you got to take that for what it is. If you don't want to risk it, then that's on you. But again, overall, the pitching staff is much better. These guys have been struggling. And then you got, again, the win probability. Offense is B, defense is A. And right here, again, it says, should Milwaukee be losing the game in the ninth inning, meaning should they be batting? And it's saying yes at a +1 and a 15. So what this, the reason this is red is because the odds are against that Milwaukee will not be batting in the ninth. Also, they're projected to get at least one more hit than the other team. And then, just like I said, Harrison is one of the better pitchers in baseball today for today's slate. They hating because you gave them a play that doesn't hit, but never say nothing when you're on a hot streak. Exactly. We've been on a crazy-ass hot streak. May was one of the better months this year. And I've been posting every single win, every single loss. And then the one day that it was, and what's crazier is it wasn't even a 0-2 day. It was a 1-1 day, which is even crazier. So they can't take one loss. They want to just hate. It's on them. I just haven't had haters in a while. So welcome back, haters. All right. So that's about it, guys. One other thing I'll point out. So I'm going with the Milwaukee Brewers. What you want to do with the Brewers is you can either parlay them with the Yankees, so Brewers and Yankees, or you can do the Yankees -1 or -1.5. And then the Brewers, because the Giants are so strong, at batting, you might want to take them in the first 5 innings, which that's what I should have done. I actually wrote down the Brewers' first 5, and I ended up taking them on the money line. But it is what it is. I'm not going to cash out of that. Here's all the plays that I have for today. I'm doing a $5 day. So if you guys want to check that out, that link is in the description. I'm also going to put it in the pinned comments. These are all the plays that are straight up, and these are parlays. These are all batter props that are parlays, and then this is under no run first inning, and I can't remember what this one is. I can't see it. So anyways, there's 10 plays right here. If you guys want to check that out, $5 day. All right, let's see. Any thoughts on the Seattle game? Seattle did not come up for me for today, but I'll check it out. Let's go back in here. So again, this tool is nice because it gives you everything on one page. This is literally like 14 or 15 data sets, and they're all put into one page. So if you guys want access to this Sharp Edge tool, it's 1 week for free, and you get the Discord. All right, let's check out the Seattle game. Where is it at? Let me type this in. Seattle. Okay. So Seattle is kind of flat right here. You can see it started at 145. It's still at 145, so that line has not shifted at all. What else? Let's go back into the dashboard. Baseball. Seattle. So I did take Seattle yesterday. That was one of the winners I gave away yesterday, and that was because the Mets were on a bullpen day. I thought Mariners were going to have an easier time, but they were actually tied. They went into extra innings, and then the Mariners came through, I think, in the 10th or 11th inning. But either way, they did win the game. If you're on X, go to YouTube and type in B Sports Picks and subscribe there. All right, so you can see projected score is flat. There's nothing to show there. It doesn't give me anything. Seattle does say 5 of 5 convergence, which is a rarest alignment on the slate. Hancock is 2.70 ERA. Seattle's bullpen is elite. T-Mobile Park is -16%. I don't know what that means. Why is that? Let me see what that means. Is that the weather? Let's see what else. All 4 models agree. Seattle, Kelly criterion, everything suggests you should go 2 units. And this is nice. The only thing that the reason it doesn't show up for me is because if the line doesn't shift, then I really don't get alerted, and that's what it looks like happened here. But it looks decent. Let me just go through. Let's see what else. Maybe they don't have that starting pitcher is what I'm thinking. I don't think the Mets had a starting pitcher from this morning. So let's take another deeper look in here. Logan Gilbert is decent, 3.64. What else? Seattle's a 3.43 on the bullpen. Batting is actually somewhat decent as well. They're number 3 in batting OPS in the last 7 games or last 7 days. Pitching is better. Yeah, I think this is decent. The only thing, another thing too, is the saying that yes, they should be batting, but it's more of a close game because if it was like a minus 200 that they were going to be batting for sure, or not for sure, but the odds are extremely expensive right here, then it would be a big negative. But that's not the case here. It's more of a coin flip. Let's see. In the last, Seattle does lead 9 out of the 11 categories. If we go to all stats, you can see they got pretty much green all over it on Seattle. Logan Gilbert holds the edge, elite strikeouts. And yeah, that's the reason it didn't show up either, is because the Mets didn't have a starting pitcher when we first ran this number. So that's what it is, man. Depending on who the pitcher is, I do like Seattle today, but everything is saying that they should win. But I'm not going to touch it just because there is no. Let me actually take a look. Let's see, Roto Wire. Let me just confirm. Roto Wire MLB lineups. This page takes forever to load, so we'll see if it shows it. All right, let's take a look. Seattle. There it is. So they're saying this guy here, Jonah Tong. Let's take another look here. Let's take another look at Fantasy Alarm. Jonah Tong. Let's see. Just see. It does say that he played one game. So, all right. I'm not going to go through this. You guys can go check that out if you want. But basically, you would want to make sure how this pitcher is doing for the Mets. I'm not going to go deeper into that. Seattle should be winning this game, but again, you want to make sure that starting pitcher is pretty weak on the Mets side. Logan Gilbert looked like he was good. Everything else matched for Seattle. So if you guys want to check that out, that's up to you. I'm not touching that game. Like I said, I already have 10 games or 10 plays out there. The Marlins did shift from a underdog to favorite. The Royals shifted from underdog to favorite. Athletics went from underdog to favorite. Pirates went from underdog to favorite. Dodgers, I can't believe they started as underdogs, but they went from underdogs to favorite. And then the under on White Sox. So the ones I'm giving you is, like I said, is the Yankees and the Brewers. And you can play them a little bit different. Like I said, -1.5 on the Yankee side to get better odds. Or you could do first 5 innings for the Brewers also. All right, guys, let's get to 5,000 subscribers. Check out the links in the description. Also, check out the Sharp Edge tool. Thank you. Let's have a great day.